Tonight, the popular birth control pill Yaz is at the center of a growing lawsuit. Women claiming it is dangerous, and they say the side effects can be deadly.
But there's one pill that goes beyond the rest. It's Yaz.
Yaz has become one of the most popular birth control pills in America, and it's now at the center of a growing lawsuit.
I look at myself, and I know it's me, but I don't feel like me.
A Northern California woman, one of hundreds across the country.
They drilled right into here,
claiming Yaz caused the illnesses that have destroyed their lives.
Started doing the research and was just kind of horrified with what I found.
What did you find?
Well, I found that Yaz is really quite a bit different than any other birth control pill.
What makes Yaz so different? And is it riskier than any other birth control pill? Tonight, we're getting answers as some women fight to take it off the market.
Do not take Yaz. It's not worth the gamble. It's Russian roulette, and it's not worth it if you lose.
Well, later tonight at 10, we are getting reaction from Bayer, the pharmaceutical company that makes Yaz, and why Bayer started sending letters to doctors just recently about this birth control pill. Could the most popular birth control pill in America have caused a woman's medical problems? The increased risk she says women face if they take it. Now, it is one of the most popular birth control pills on the market, and some believe it's dangerous. Still, millions of women are taking Yaz every single day, and there's a growing list of lawsuits claiming the side effects can be deadly. For Susan Galinis, her life is her husband and children.
So I wouldn't miss time with my kids. I'd get up at 3 in the morning.
That's when she'd go to work, saving animals at the Silicon Valley Humane Society.
Do 40 surgeries a day.
Every afternoon was spent with her 3-year-old twins. But June 8th, 2008 was the last day they spent together at Great America before Susan's world turned upside down.
Came home, went to bed, woke up with the worst headache. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in a hospital, paralyzed on my left side.
Susan had suffered a severe stroke. As doctors rushed to remove a blood clot in her neck, they had to drill a hole in her head to relieve the growing pressure on her brain. Susan says she had taken birth control for years, but her doctor had just prescribed a new pill 1 month earlier, Yaz.
But there's one pill that goes beyond the rest. It's Yaz, and it also helps keep skin clear.
I heard it on the commercial saying how it would clear us up acne, and so I'm so surprised that they were giving it to me because I thought it's a new drug and they're expensive, so yay for me. Now I take that back. They drilled right into here.
Susan has spent the last 2 years learning to walk again and learning to move her left arm, but still has no short-term memory and can barely read.
I feel like a different person, a person I don't really like. I like my old self. And Yaz took that.
Susan has now joined 1,100 women nationwide suing Bayer Pharmaceuticals, the maker of Yaz, and Yasmin. Women who claim they've suffered strokes, pulmonary embolisms, heart attacks, kidney failure, pancreatitis, gallbladder surgeries, and one attorney claims 50 women have died as a result of taking Yaz. The pills are made with a synthetic hormone, drospirenone. Susan's attorney says Bayer did not adequately warn women of its dangerous side effects.
All birth control pills carry risks, and in fact, the manufacturers warn of those risks. But what Bayer isn't telling us is that the risks associated with Yaz are much greater than the risks associated with the other birth control pills.
Last year, 2 studies in the British Medical Journal showed women on Yaz were at greater risk of developing blood clots. But 2 studies done by Bayer showed those risks were the same as any birth control pill. The discrepancy bothers OB/GYN doctor Kristen Eckler.
I think the studies are out there are concerning.
Bayer is vowing to fight the lawsuit. In this statement saying, quote, Bayer stands behind the safety of its oral contraceptives, which are safe and effective when used as directed and according to product labeling and good clinical practice. Dr. Eckler agrees. Most women do fine on Yaz.
While it may be a somewhat higher risk of causing blood clot than its predecessors, that difference or that amount of change is still actually very, very small.
But Susan says those odds did not work out for her.
It feels like your hand's stuck in a freezer. It's so cold that it burns.
She still has chronic pain in her arm, constant headaches, and her relationship with her children has dramatically changed.
They identified me as two different mommies. And what the doctor said basically is that to them that I really did die and that he has a new wife. And they have to get used to me again as a different person. I'm sorry.
While she can't get her old life back, Susan says she can warn women to not risk theirs.
You're taking a huge risk, and it's not worth it if you lose. So I'm very fortunate I lived. There's a lot of people who haven't.
Now, Susan's attorney, Mike Danko, is representing more than 300 women in this growing lawsuit, with hundreds of other women all around the country represented by other attorneys. Mr. Danko says when this goes to trial in a year or two, he thinks that there could be 25,000 women represented in this lawsuit.
You know, Brandy, we've talked about this in the newsroom. A lot of women have come up and said, hey, I use this or I've taken it. And so the question is, are doctors still prescribing it?
They are. In fact, one of our colleagues went and saw her doctor today. Turns out this has created so much buzz within the world of OBGYNs and women bringing up questions. He says that Yaz, actually, the Bayer, sent him a letter just this week saying, hey, it's still safe. And they're actually trying to disprove those studies that are being used in this lawsuit, saying they're not credible by sending out letters to doctors.
To get out in front of it.
So it's still being recommended because there are millions of women who take it, but there are also risks that this lawsuit says is frankly scary.
Well, her story was certainly
No, it
scary.
sure was.
Eye-opening. We wish her the best.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Brandy.
Dave, over to you.